Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to go ahead and do a voiceover on this video, and as you can tell, I am actually new on YouTube, so if you haven't already, please subscribe, and please look at the other videos that I have already uploaded. But let's go ahead and get started on this video. I wanted to go ahead and just do more of a glam look, something more inspiring to the fall weather and just that holiday get together type events. So I went ahead and prepped my face with the Clinique Custom Repair Serum. And then I went ahead and used my typical Born This Way from Too Faced in the shade Light Beige. And I am just going to go ahead and just blend that out with a damp beauty blender. And of course, you already know, if you haven't seen already my first two videos, I always go with the Tarte Shape Tape, and I am in Light Medium Honey. I am distributing the product with just a foundation brush, and followed by the beauty blender, and just make sure to blend everything out. To set my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use the Cover FX translucent powder, and I'm going to apply that with a beauty blender and just let that sit for a while during the eyeshadow process. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with our eyeshadow. I am using the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics, so I'm just using a transition color, so any light brown shade will work perfectly for this type of look. But if you're curious, I did use Faith in that palette, and I'm just blending that back and forth. And then I'm going to go ahead and use more of a orangey undertone reddish color from that same palette. I'm using Extra Bitter, and I'm just focusing that more in that crease, and then I'm just blending it back and forth. And then I'm using that double eyeshadow brush because it has one that's a little bit more precise, and then on the other end it's a more of a fluffier blendable brush. So I'm just going back and forth and just making sure that everything is well blended. Alright, so then I'm using this more of a precise precision type of brush that I'm gonna use for the outer corner of my eyelids, just focusing it in that area, just darkening that area up a little bit. I'm using a more of a dark plum color. I'm using the shadow Lethal from that same palette, and with the fluffy brush I then just go back and I just blend everything together. And as you can tell, with that darker plum color, I don't go all the way around the eyelid, all the way to the inner corner. I just use the outer corner, and then I just kind of just stop halfway of my eyelid. Now I'm using more of a flatter brush, eyeshadow brush, and I'm spraying it down with Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. And I'm going to go ahead and just pick up any type of just eyeshadow shimmer, more of with an undertone of pink. That's what I was trying to go for, rather than going for a goldish shimmer. I am using the shade High from Naked Urban Decay Smoky Palette, but any type of shimmer eyeshadow will work. And as you can tell, I'm just focusing that more in the inner corner of my eyes and stopping kind of halfway and making sure that we're not covering up that plum Lethal color that we did. Here, I'm just going to go back and just go with that same plum color and just accentuate my outer eye. And then just grabbing my blendable brush, I just went ahead and just blended everything out once more. Then I went ahead and just cleaned up my eyeshadow. There was a bit of fallout, so I do highly recommend that you do a concealer after your eyeshadow. So I just went ahead and just got the same concealer Tarte Shape Tape and just cleaned that up a little bit and then brushed off that Cover FX that we had let sit for a while. Then with my bottom eyelids, I am going to go ahead and just have a little bit of a smoky type of look. So I'm just using those same colors that I used in the beginning of my eyeshadow on my top lids. I'm just using the colors Extra Bitter, and then I am using that plum color Lethal, and then just kind of just blending everything together. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up more of a precise brush to create a wing liner on top, but we're going to use a shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and use that same plum color Lethal and create a wing liner. And I'm only focusing in the middle of my eyelids and then working myself out to create that wing. Then I'm going to go ahead and just curl my eyelashes. And I'm going to go ahead and put on some 120 Demi Black falsies on. And then I just went ahead and curled my eyelashes, and right afterwards I just used some mascara. For contouring, I'm just using the Kat Von D contour palette, and I am using the shadows, Shadow Play and Subconscious. And I am also using it to contour my nose. And then for blush, I am using MAC, and I'm using the shade Peaches. And as far as blush, I like to put that a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my nose, and of course on my forehead. So as far as eyebrows, if you haven't already, I do kind of show how I do my eyebrows on the first video that I have already posted, but I practically just I just use any type of brown eyeshadow to fill in my eyebrows. And then here I'm just adding my glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using the color Tourmaline and Moonstone to highlight and accentuate those areas that I like to do. So I do on top of my eyebrows, tip of my nose, my upper lip, chin. And then I use this more of a precise eyeshadow brush, and I am using, mainly I'm using Moonstone for this. It's a little bit more lighter, and I use that in the inner corners of my eyes. And then I just go back and then just accentuate a little bit more on my upper lip and then down the bridge of my nose. And then I went ahead and just picked up a large, just blendable powder brush and just blending everything together. And then I want to go ahead and just pick up more of a flatter powder brush to highlight and just brighten up a little bit more my under eyes. And I'm just using that same Kat Von D contour palette, and I'm using the colors Lyric and Levitation. And for my lips, I'm just using the color Posy Pink from Smashbox, and right on top of that I'm using more of a darker fall color. It's like a plum color, and this color is in Fig. And then to set everything in place, I'm just using the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And I want to go ahead and add some shimmer just because I was using this type of top that kind of just fell below my shoulders. And I picked up the e.l.f. Retro Paradise Glow Up Body Oil in the shade Sunkiss. And I used 2 pumps. And so far I like it. I like the smell. And it definitely accentuated my collarbone and just those areas where you want a little bit of glow. And this will conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, bye.